What did you think about the movie Mickey 17?
I really liked it. I love it, man. It was. I mean, like the theater I went to was pretty shitty for some reason. Like the screen was like dark, so I have a little trouble seeing the film. All right,
Ah,
but I really liked it. I really loved this movie. And I love Robert Patterson's performance in the film. And the thing about what makes
mm,
his performances so great is that like I don't see Robert Patterson in the role. I see Robert Patterson. I see
mm,
Mickey. I see Mickey. And for like he's playing like two different people. He's playing Mickey 17 and 18. And even though these two are clones,
mm.
do have different personalities. You could tell, like, these are two separate people, which is pretty good, which is, pretty talented for him.
Yeah, definitely. I think he did a really good job. I really loved it too. Like, the whole movie itself was so original, and it wasn't like those like, obviously, it's not a Hollywood movie, but it's, like, really well done. Like, the storyline and everything, and I think it's, like, just overall, like, the music too was really good, and the overall, like, camera angles and, like, everything was really well done, is what
Yeah.
I thought. Yeah,
y-
like, oh my god. Like, I literally wrote a notebook full of notes just so I don't forget stuff, like, huh, oh, wait, it's not showing up. Anyway.
One thing I do notice about the film is that, the director is Bong Joon-ho, right? Am I pronouncing it right?
I think so, yeah, Bong Joon-ho.
Okay. Well, he said
Mm.
one of his favorite movies of all time is John Carpenter's The Thing. Have you seen it?
I have not, unfortunately. I
Uh,
need
well,
to.
you have not seen the movie?
No, not yet.
Okay, so after this review, you have to go and watch it, okay? So ba
Okay.
okay, because, like, because in Mickey 17, there is, like, a homage, to that film, because I think there was,
Oh.
like, that scene where they went into, like, the glaciers, right? The ice caves,
Mm, yeah.
and, like, you kinda see that Mickey with, like, a flamethrower. It's ki it's pretty and, like, he's aiming at, like, one of the alien creatures. It's pretty much, like, resembles from John Carpenter's The Thing, a film where, like,
Mm.
a group of, like, characters are isolated in a building, and they are fighting off an alien creature with a flamethrower. So it's kind of like a nice little
Oh.
homage to that film.
Oh, I see. I definitely need to watch that movie then in order to actually really get that homage.
Yeah, I'm happy that, like, Bong Joon-ho, it got John Carpenter to compose music for his next film. So it must be
Oh.
so it's probably a dream come true for him.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Oh, wow, good for him.
Yes, and the film does have, like, sort of like an Empire Strikes Back type of vibe, mostly because of the uniforms. I can't It feels like, the same uniforms that the Rebellion wear in when they were at
Oh.
the frozen planet Hoth.
Huh.
But what was the part that, like, sticked out to you? Like,
For me?
yeah,
Mm,
like
there were so many, like, scenes that I found really interesting or rather, like, fun to watch. There were some moments where it felt like, "Hmm," but other times it was like, "Ooh, this is kind of funny," like, how they edited, like, the scenes and stuff. There's also, like, the whole, like, montage kinda scenes where essentially, like, Mickey is going through each Mickey, right?
yeah.
And that one was really interesting to watch. Sometimes it's, like, heartfelt and you're like, "Oh," and other times you're like, "Oh."
Oh, yeah. I was kind of
Yeah.
expecting the deaths to be a lot more gruesome.
Ah, I
Well
see, I see.
it's just like it's a comedy film, and I thought, like, like having the deaths being, like, over the top gruesome would be a lot, will add to the humor.
Mm, I suppose so, yeah, that's true.
But that's
Yeah,
just
actually.
Well,
Mm.
that's just me because, like, every time Kenny dies in South Park, he always dies in the most brutal way possible, and I can't help myself laughing to it.
Oh, I see, I see.
I mean, like,
Yeah.
but that's just me, okay?
What stood out for you the most?
Well, I just kind of like the overall look of this film. It's a very unique story, and it's
Mm.
kind of a shame that not many people went to see it.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I think it's not very well known, is it? Which is kind of a shame.
Well, well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, like, nobody ever heard like Squid Game, and that blew up. I mean,
True, exactly.
I remember Parasite, like, that was like an original movie, and that blew up as well.
Hmm. I have yet to watch that movie,
You have not seen Parasite.
mainly yeah. I'm sorry, what?
You have not seen Parasite?
No, not yet, because
Oh,
I got
god damn it.
spoiled. I mean, I was gonna watch it actually because it was one of the Oscar-nominated ones, I think, but
Yeah, it
at the
was.
time, someone spoiled the whole entire movie for me.
Oh, that's a
Like,
shame.
literally start yeah, I know, from start to finish, and by the time I listened to that particular conversation, I was like, "Oh, okay. I don't know. Maybe I'll watch it later." But now that I've actually seen this movie, I really wanna actually see it. Like, I've seen a few of his movies, I think there was Okja on Netflix, and then there was also Snowpiercer, and
Which
both
is
of them are
also
really interesting.
Yeah, which that's also
Yeah,
a really good movie. Did you hear that someone made, like, a weird conspiracy theory, like, a weird film theory that Snowpiercer is secretly a sequel to Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory?
really?
Oh oh,
How
yeah.
does that work?
I mean it's kind of like like, there's this whole video, like, goes in depth, right? But basically, the
Mm.
movies kind of like almost kind of have like almost the same structure as Willy Wonka, the Chocolate Factory. Like, you got a group of people,
Oh.
like, going to like, each room they progress, like less and less people,
Oh.
right?
Yeah, that's true.
And you got the main character who, like, meets like, the guy who is like the head of the train, all right?
Mm.
And he said, like, I'm gonna give my train to you. I'm gonna let you be in charge. Same thing with Wonka, who kind of gave Charlie, the chocolate factory.
Mm.
I mean,
Yeah, that's true.
there's this video you could go in depth. Of course, I'm pretty sure it's just like not related whatsoever, but it is a fun theory.
Mm. That's true. It like, the structure of the story is really similar to what it is, isn't it?
No, I'm just pretty sure it's just a coincidence, but it's just like,
Mm.
it's kind of it's a fun theory though. That's just a theory. A film theory.
Uh, that's funny though.
Yeah,
It could be what it is. Man, you never know.
you never know.
I didn't actually know the composer was, like, the one who did Squid Game, though. Like, I was Wikipediaing this movie,
Oh, the
and I was like, "Huh, yeah." I was like, that's cool." I
oh,
liked how funky it was.
the composer of Squid Game did the music for Mickey 17?
Yeah, yeah, he
Really?
did.
I did not
Yeah.
know that.
Yeah, I know, right? Like, I didn't know it either, and I was like, "Ooh, that's interesting," because the music really, like, was part of the storytelling for me, like, I found it to be really humorous. The story itself was really funny too, and like, the whole dialogue with, like, Mickey 17 and then Mickey 18 and then
Mhm.
all the, rest of the people too was really funny.
Yeah,
But I was like the music really did it for me too. So I was like, "Ah, that makes sense," because Squid Game is also, like, super, like,
dark
I don't know,
comedy.
like yeah, like, dark comedy, sometimes whimsical kinda, but,
Yeah,
like, in a dark way.
yeah. Looking forward to season 3.
Yeah, definitely. This movie, like, reminded me of a movie I saw a long time ago. It's like, have you ever seen Moon with
Mhm.
Sam Rockwell?
No, I have not seen that film.
Ooh, oh, if you have a chance, I recommend it because he has, like, the same vibe. It's
Alright,
really interesting.
alright, so let me add that to my list. It's called Moon.
Mm. Yeah, Moon, and, came out in 2009, and the actor that's starring in that movie is Sam Rockwell, and he does a really good job.
Okay, so it's on my list right now.
Okay, with that said, since you haven't watched the movie, I can't really spoil it for you, but pretty
Yeah.
much it's like the same premise, science fiction, and
So,
there's a little bit of, yeah, like, similar vibes with Mickey 17, so
but you know one thing about the
mm,
movie about Mickey 17?
mm,
Like, this takes place in like in the future, like what, 2054 or something?
I think so.
Yeah.
2054 or something.
And I kind of surprised, like, like while Mickey dies, no one cracks a joke. Like, you've seen South Park, right?
A little bit.
Well, you kind of know the joke, like, there's a character named Kenny, okay?
Yeah,
And
I
he
know Kenny.
and he dies all the time, and people say like, "Oh my god, they kill Kenny." And I and I thought to myself, like, like if I were working on that ship and I see Mickey, getting himself killed again, I would say, "Oh my god, they killed Mickey. You."
Well, I feel like the actual characters themselves, though, they didn't really care for Mickey, so maybe that's partly the reason why they didn't really say anything. They
Well,
only, like I don't know,
I don't know. I mean, like, I don't
except
know.
one character
I
or
mean, like,
2.
all the characters in that ship were already joking with him, and I thought, like, you would think someone would, like, make that reference, but no, I guess that's, like, just copyrighted.
Maybe,
No,
yeah.
but it's a joke I would have made if I were on that ship.
Oh, I see. Would you like to be on that ship, though?
Well, well,
You had the choice?
well, if I had the choice to be on that ship, I mean, like, the Earth is already pretty shitty, so, yeah, it's either be on that ship or be stuck on Earth, so,
Yeah, that's true. But it's so cold there.
eh, still still,
Yeah, but it's so cold. I'm not a winter person, so
me
it's
me
really
neither.
cold.
Me neither.
What?
Me neither. I hate the cold. Uh,
Yeah,
but
but
would you sign up
yeah.
as to be a expendable?
I don't think so. No. Yeah, doesn't sound fun.
No, it does not sound fun.
Yeah. I
Imagine
mean,
dying, like, multiple times and keep coming back and just to get killed again.
yeah, that's true. But then if one of, like, you
Yeah,
actually survived, like in the movie, right? Like in Mickey 17, and then another one, which is wait, no, 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 what am I saying? So if you survived and then another you actually came out, that would be kinda nice in the sense of you can actually get things done, but then everyone's probably gonna have their own experiences, like, each Anna is gonna have, like, their own experiences and want their own, like, life and everything, so are they really gonna wanna share too?
I I don't know.
I
I
feel like that
mean,
was happening.
I don't know if there were 2 of me, there would be great it'd be great to play video games with someone.
That's true, that's true.
But, I have no problem coming back. I am Christ.
True, you're like rich Jesus right now with your
Yeah,
piano and everything.
yeah, I'm Jesus Christ.
Man, but yeah, I don't know, I would go to that planet for the crawlers because they were cute, although
Yeah,
they were really creepy at the beginning of the movie, so I was thinking, they're either carnivorous or what.
I mean, yeah, they're cute. And one of the thing I like about this film is that, like, while I never bust a guts, but the film has a very charming sense of humor. Like, I get
Yeah,
behind it, right? Like it's not like, a Mel Brooks movie where like there are jokes like you could laugh really, really hard.
mm,
But no, this is a very charming sense of humor. Like, it puts a smile on my face, like throughout.
yeah.
It makes me feel good.
That's true, that's true. And, I mean, were there any moments where you were, like, feeling like, "Oh my gosh," like, "No,"
Well, I
not
guess
in a bad way?
I guess not in the bad way either. I guess it was kind of like, let me see. What was that guy? Like, was he like, like the guy who was like running for president? Like he
Oh,
the
Kenneth Marshall?
yeah. Like he like does like it's obvious that he's doing an impression of Donald Trump.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yes, the way he talks, the way he walks, the way he moves his body. It very
Mm,
much feels like, like Donald Trump, the cur
mm,
unfortunately, our president right now. I guess it's just like there's nothing wrong with it, it just feels like a bit too on the nose.
I know what you mean. I kinda got that sense too. It's yeah, it is what it is, I think.
Yeah,
I did find it funny on occasion, though, when he's, like, consulting his wife, and his wife is more like the brains of the whole team, kinda.
yeah.
Yeah. She's really weird, though. Like, did you get the whole thing, like, the whole reference with the tail and, like, the whole sauce thing? Because I didn't really understand it.
And let me see. No, I did not, like, get weirded by it. I mean, like, this whole movie is just kind of weird, and I thought that was just, like, a thing in their universe, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Maybe it
Alright.
was, like, the normal thing.
It was, like, kind of a normal thing for her. I mean, maybe it would stick out more if, like, the other well, I guess the other characters did have, like were weirded out by her because they were forced to drink that weird smoothie.
Yeah, like, that was so ew, no. Like, what was their obsession with this whole tail
Yeah,
and
eh,
sauce thing? It
I don't
was
know. I don't know, maybe the book explains it better
Oh, yeah, that's true, yeah, because this movie is based
on the
on the
book.
book, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
that
yeah.
now came out not too long ago, I think, like, 2022.
Oh, yeah, 2022, you are absolutely correct. Haha.
Yeah. So I saw a
Yeah,
copy of the
Mickey
book.
7.
I like, I saw a copy of the book, in my Barnes& and Nobles the other day, and, I'm planning on
Mm.
getting it soon, so
Do you know
because
there's a sequel?
it's a sequel,
There's a sequel.
Mickey 7.
Yeah, like, the first book is Mickey 7, and there's another book, the sequel to Mickey 7, apparently.
Oh, what's it called?
Uh, that unfortunately I did not write down. It's on Wikipedia somewhere. Google it.
Okay, so I'll Google it.
Yeah, because I was lazy, I only just wrote it for 1 book. Anyway. It looks fun, though. I was like, "Oh, that's an interesting premise." The book itself looks interesting to read too.
Do you have
Mm.
any criticism for the film?
Criticism? Mm, I do think there were some scenes where it felt a little bit unnecessary, I guess.
Like
Like,
what?
for me personally, I understand why they included another girl, like another girl character. I forgot her name. She was interesting to a certain extent, but I don't know, it just felt like odd for her to be in this particular plot, I guess, but that's just me. It was also necessary for her to be in one particular scene too, where she's discussing the conversation about death and everything with Mickey 17, so that part too, I also get, but at the same time, I'm also like, "Oh, but she's not really that much of an important character." But then I also think that maybe she needed to be in that movie in order for us to understand or kind of like differentiate between Nasha and also forgot her name, that girl.
Yeah.
So it's a bit of both for me. What did you think?
Not much, but I kinda would like to see, like, I would like to see, like, Mickey 17, like, 18, like, like, what would be, like, a week with those characters? Like, the whole movie feels like it takes place mostly a day, right? And I kinda, like, was
Mm,
expecting to see, like, exchanging work, like, one day, like, Mickey 17 would be out, and Mickey 18 would, like, stay in, and the next day, Mickey 18 go out, and Mickey 17 stay in. Like, I was kind of expecting, like, what, like, an average day would be for them, like, how would they to, like, work, you know?
Mm. Oh, yeah, you got a very good point. I was actually expecting that too, and then suddenly it kind of, like, got rushed in a little bit, right?
Yeah, I was kind of
Yeah.
expecting, like, to see that, but
Mm.
no. I mean, no, that did not happen, which I guess that's okay because, like, the because, like, I it wouldn't be, like, relevant to the story. You have to keep going, like, moving, get the plot going.
I suppose so. But then if that scene did happen where essentially we already sort of know who Mickey 17 is, we didn't really get a chance to actually know Mickey 18 and how he's like so grumpy and everything too. I mean, we kind of know.
Yeah, I mean, kind
So we kinda know, yeah, that's
yeah,
true, but then having that, like, interaction a little bit more with Mickey 17, 18, and also Mickey 18's, like, interaction with Nasha, and
yeah.
also everyone else too, would have been interesting too.
Well, it's just that, like, Mickey 17 and 18 have a brother feels like they have a brother relationship, like, they do feel
Yeah,
like brothers, and, I kind of just like to see them interacting more, like, throughout, like, the week, months, like, just like, what will be the average work week for those 2? And
yeah,
you could have created, like, a lot more comedy out of that.
I
Like
actually agree with you on that.
imagine, like, people, like, are just so confused, like, like, does Mickey act, like, strange lately? Yeah, he's like one day he's like this, and the other day he's like that. Like, what's up with him?
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, almost like a Freaky Friday, except it's the same person's body.
Yeah, yeah,
I suppose it is what it is, and they had probably a time frame to keep it at, so I do get it.
yeah,
However, one of the reasons why and, yeah, the one of the reasons why I also thought that they were gonna do it like that too, was so that we get to know more of Mickey 18 and also to feel sad or anything, like, in general, like, just emotional for him, but I didn't really feel too much of a connection even after he died at the end, which for me was sort of a shame.
yeah, it was kind of a bit of a shame too. I mean, I did feel
Yeah.
sorry, like, "Oh, he's gone."
Yeah, kinda. But then
Yeah,
it was like, he's gone.
yeah, he's gone.
So, oh,
Oh,
boo.
he's
Anyway,
gone. He's
yeah.
gone. Make the heroic sacrifice.
Amen. Anyway,
Amen.
rest in peace.
Rest in
Yeah.
peace.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? There's so much more things I like about this movie rather than the criticism. So
Yeah.
the criticisms doesn't really come in very often, but one of the things I really liked was the crawlers.
Oh, yeah, the crawlers. They had, like
Yeah.
they had, like, a unique design.
Yeah. Unique.
Unique.
Very unique.
They're
Very
unique.
unique. True. The mama crawler was, like, really cool too. I was like, "Oh, she's a badass."
Yeah.
And the babies too, they were really kinda disgusting at the beginning of the movie, but then
Yeah,
I was like, "Oh, they're kinda
yeah.
cute."
Yeah, I would like to have a plushie of those things.
Yeah, it's like, the Death Stranding with the cryo bites, and they
Oh, I
look
have
kinda
not played
disgusting.
I have not played Death Stranding.
Ah, yeah, sorry,
I mean,
in the game, yeah.
I have the game, and, I'm kind of planning on playing it soon. Yeah,
It's really cute.
it's really cute.
I mean, cute in the sense, like, you're gonna die kinda cute too,
Yeah,
on
kind of
occasion.
yeah, it's a I mean, like, conversation was, humorous.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought it was really impactful though when they showed her, like, eyes, like,
Yeah.
it was really like looking into the eyes of a whale. I thought it was really cool.
I don't remember that scene.
Oh, really? It's like, I think they showed it a few times in the movie where essentially, like, she's, like, staring into Mickey, like, these Mickeys, and while she's talking about, like, why Kenneth Marshall and all the rest of his goons, like, stole her baby? one of like her children's babies or something, like Luco. I think it was Luco. Like Luco or something? Yeah, so, like, during those scenes, like, the eyes show up and the way they framed it was very impactful for me because it reminded me of when, like, whales are looking at you and it's just their eyes, but they look so human.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
I
you can
don't
see their intelligence.
yeah, I never seen a whale.
Ah, I mean, I've never seen a whale too, but
Yeah, but, like, I'm not like, I don't yeah, I didn't know anything about, like, I don't know any fun facts about, like, a whale. I never didn't know, like, whales can do that.
I mean, I'm not sure if whales actually just
Uh,
imagining something really ridiculous, where essentially, like, whales are actually coming up to a human and actually like, "Yeah, look at me," like,
I meant, like,
I'm
the
sure
whole
it's not like
eyes
that.
thing, like,
Yeah, but the eyes thing, like, from experience anyway, when I had the I was lucky enough to actually go swimming, with some dolphins when I was a kid, so when I actually got a chance to, like, actually see their eyes, like, you can tell their intelligence in their eyes. But
really?
any animal, to be honest.
Are you sure about that?
No? What do you mean? Would you like to contradict that?
I don't know, if I could see, like, like, intelligence in their eyes, I mean, I'm pretty sure, like, I used to have a cat, and, I saw, like, through her eyes, and the only thing I could read from is, like, "Feed me."
I mean, that's also intelligent too, in some sense.
I guess
'Cause
you have a point. So, like, how would you rate Mickey 17?
rating-wise, if I were to give it, 5 stars, that's, like, the biggest one for me, versus 1, I would give it 4/5, so it'd be 4 stars in total, I think, or maybe 4.5? It was close to 4.5, but I
Uh,
would say it's, like, 4.
yeah, I would give it, like, 4.5 out of stars
Mm, yeah,
because,
it
like,
was really good.
I mean, really good. A few minor issues with it,
Mm.
but it doesn't hurt the overall experience.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like it's at the end of the day, it wasn't perfect, but it was unique and
Unique
interesting, engaging, and you really do feel for Mickey, and the acting was great,
the acting was
and it
great.
wasn't just one person,
It wasn't just
more than one person.
more than one person. It would yeah,
Yeah,
I just really like the vibe of the film. I really like the acting. I really like, just like the whole originality of the film. And, that's the
yeah,
reason why I
exactly.
went to see this film because I want to, support movies like this.
Mm, amen. I definitely agree with you on that. It's
Yes.
not every day you get to experience something like this, where it's, like, original and also it makes you laugh, it also kinda makes you cry. I had one moment where it really made me teary-eyed, and it just leaves you with, like, an emotional impact, and then you leave the theater, right?
Yeah, it does. And, and it's kind of a shame, like, I would have liked to see this movie on the IMAX screen.
Oh. How did you all go and watch it in the theater?
Well, it was just a regular screening, but, like, my movie
Ah.
theater is pretty shitty because I told you at the beginning of this review, is that, like,
Mm.
for some reason, like, the whole screening was just darker, like, it was kind of hard for me to see. And at first, I thought, like,
Ah.
this is how the movie played out, but when you look at the trailers and the advertisement, I could see everything clearly, alright?
Oh,
So
no.
I think there was just there was just something wrong with the projector. But still, I kind of like I wish Mickey 17, got, like, more support. I wish people would have gone to see this film
Yeah, I
because
definitely agree with you.
like, they've missed out, like, on this really good masterpiece. Well, I wouldn't
Hmm.
say like, this is a really great film, a very charming film, one of Robert Patterson's best performance.
Ooh, you say best performance, huh?
I said one of his best performance because, like
Ah,
I
okay,
said,
one of his.
because like I said, I don't see Robert Patterson, I see Mickey 17
Mm,
and I see Mickey 18. It doesn't feel like an actor playing a role. It feels like a genuine person put,
yeah.
all right? And that it's very and it does show off like, how talented he is,
Mm,
right?
yeah, definitely.
And it's
Mhm.
and when I see Robert Patterson, the way how Mickey talks, like, you would never put together, like, this is, like, the same actor who is playing Batman.
Oh, yeah. That's true. Oh, yeah, I forgot that he was playing Batman, and he
Yeah,
does a superb job of that
yeah,
too.
so, like, he is a very talented actor. So I'm really
Mm.
and it's a shame, like, not a lot of people are going to see this. And I definitely when it comes out on, 4K, I'm planning on, buying a copy. So, goodbye, folks.
Bye-bye.